Welcome back to the Friendology podcast for its second week. Now today we have the Mike Man, Mike himself.
Hello.
And also Adam Moore.
How you doing?
So, how are you guys doing today?
Pretty shitty. Been sick all week.
Yeah, just recovering from, the second week of track practice that we got going on.
Hate it. Hate track.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
you've
pretty
only been
sick
there
of
for
practice already. Not gonna lie.
Sweet's only been for like 3 days out of the 2 weeks you've been here. You're
3
sick,
days.
so I understand.
Every day I've thought about quitting. Every day I've got to the end of the
Call
day.
you John at this point, dude.
Yeah.
Just get through the season, please.
So, speaking of track,
Cross country.
our cross country team today went and saw McFarland USA, and these two, you're on the cross country team, but you guys decided not to
Feeling
go.
a little ill.
I slept through it.
Yeah.
So tell me about this movie.
So, it's about this football coach that he's not very most reputable football coach, and he gets fired from his old job because there's basically this cocky prick that is mouthing off to him during a halftime, and he throws a cleat at him and basically smashes him in the face.
Nice.
All right.
Cuts him right below the eye. He gets fired, moves out to this very poor town called McFarland, and starts working at the high school. The principal is Ernie from George Lopez.
Okay, I like that.
I'm already liking the cast so far.
So, I think his name was Ernie.
Yeah, I know.
George's best friend?
I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about, yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
So-
Don't worry.
Then, after that, they go and he starts a cross-country program after they figure out that all of these guys that work in the field run to school every day.
All the Mexicans are running fast,
Yeah.
turns out.
Not jumping.
Wow.
A little
just running.
racy.
Wow. Yeah. Really get into it.
Shout out, Marcos.
Good,
But,
good movie, though.
yeah. It was a really good movie, and then they end up becoming state champs.
Okay.
And then at the end, it tells them that they've won the last 9 out of 14 California state championships.
Wow.
So was it actually a real...
Yeah, it's a real
Based on-
story.
That's pretty cool.
Kevin Costner's the coach.
Oh, okay.
Kevin
Not
Costner.
bad. Not bad.
Oh, okay.
Now, if you told me that you're going to go see a movie based around the sport that is cross country, I'd say that is probably an awful idea to just center a movie around, because what are you going to talk about in the movie? Like, it's just... But obviously you did say the movie was good.
Story.
That's why no one does the sport. That's why no one watches movies.
Yeah.
That's how it happened.
You know what? You said it was a good movie, so
It
I guess
was.
that's
It was
fair
really good.
enough.
We've all done the sport here, and we're like, what the fuck we doing?
Yeah, it was pretty average
Adam,
sport.
you went to 3 meets, 4 practices.
Nick, I
Doesn't
think I
count.
broke my
Yeah.
back halfway through the season. I get a little bit of
A
leeway
little
on
bit of
that.
experience, though.
Was only one place away from states. I mean, come on. After only going to 3 meets, so I'll
So
take
close.
All right, so on the other side of things, Heist came out.
it. For
Finally.
GTA 5.
Only a year and a half? No, more than that.
Yeah, no, they
Like
promised
2
it,
years. When it came, they promised it when online came out, which was a year and a half ago.
It was a
almost.
month after release.
Yeah. So it was about a year and a half ago. And they finally released it, and from what I'm hearing, that it's just as glitchy as the rest of the game.
Yeah,
when it
I
came
haven't
out.
played it myself because I'm committed to never playing that game again.
We'll see.
but-
Yeah, it just wasn't
Uh,
that... I did not like GTA 5.
Well, I feel like
it's okay.
one of the reasons that we didn't like the game
Tom ruined it.
was because of the people we played
It
with.
doesn't really fit our,
We would-
our
we would-
style.
We would sit there, get everything ready. Just as we're about to do something, he goes, "Yeah, I'm not gonna do this. I'm just gonna go shoot people in the streets instead of do the mission."
Yeah, let me lay this out for everybody in an explanation. Everybody was like really low leveled, like we had all just gotten the game, and one of our friends, Crazy Cookie, is like, "Guys, let's go do all this fun stuff, like in the free world where we can just go and kill people for fun." And we're like, we kind of want to level up and get money, Tom. You're gonna be okay with this? Like, no, we're gonna do this first, and then we do it once, get really bored of it, and then no one will play the game for 2 weeks. And that's basically how our GTA 5 experience
It
went.
just didn't really work out that well. But I've been reading up on the heists, and apparently it's just as glitchy as like the Master Chief Collection. Like, it's awful.
Yep, except not on the Xbox One.
Is it working on
Check
the
out our rant episode 1 if you want to hear about the Xbox One. Me and
Birthday's
Twig.
coming up. I really don't think I'm gonna get it.
Honestly, at this point, I would, because the games are going to start getting better to it. They're just...
Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Well,
if I
I
want
think
I'm sure release date it was really bad, but now they're like catching up with
I
it.
got it
so-
on Christmas,
I'm
a
sure.
year after it came
Oh,
out.
okay. Well,
But,
it. See, that's
Fair
why
enough.
you never pre-order anything.
I feel like the only reason that me and Twig are having such bad times with them is because we're only buying games that don't work.
Oh, okay.
Like, I feel like
which
if
are
we
all
all...
the big games, though, isn't it?
I mean, we only have Halo.
A big game.
So you're really not delving
really
yourself
not-
into
yeah,
it here.
I really don't have the funds right now to go experiencing new things, so
Yeah.
I'm going to casino later tonight.
Yeah,
that works
literally right after this, you almost didn't come to this.
Yep.
Had to like really just pry you out of your house for that.
My dedication to the podcast, though.
Yeah.
Got the host. See any good TV lately?
Yeah, speaking of shady activity like you do in GTA, Better Call Saul, if you guys don't know, spin-off of Breaking Bad.
Yeah, can you please explain the show to me? Like,
Which one, Breaking Bad or
no,
Better Call?
Better Call Saul. I got the gist
So,
of
Better Call...
Breaking
In Breaking Bad, Saul Goodman, it's not his real name, it's like Gil.
Yeah,
Jim
whatever.
McGill is his real name or something like that. He's a lawyer, like the shady lawyer that can get anything off. Like, he's like a criminal lawyer because he's a criminal lawyer. Like, he breaks the law to get his people off.
Okay.
And so, in the beginning, you don't know how he got there. He was just always there. Like, you saw him, like, in billboards during the Breaking Bad. And it shows that he was kind of a deadbeat lawyer at the beginning of the show, which he's starting. And then it shows him being friends with Mike, who, if you know Breaking Bad, he's like the resident badass.
Okay.
Kill everybody, like special agent style kind of person.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just kind of getting his wings like under, like he just became like a will lawyer now, and it's a really good
So it's
show.
kind of just like the character spin-off, though.
Yeah.
It's kind of
It's
like
their own thing.
It's more of a comedy rather than a
like more
like
serious.
serious thing like Breaking Bad was.
Okay.
It's still good though, from
Yeah.
what I hear, right?
Because every scene with Saul was pretty funny in Breaking Bad, but
I personally never
So,
watched Breaking
I didn't.
Bad.
Yeah, I didn't get to either. I
I
didn't
watched
know.
it in a week. Best week of my life.
That's purging.
That's binging.
That's what happens
Binging,
when you
that's the
don't.
word.
That's what happens when you have nothing to do. I watch Netflix.
I wish I had Netflix. I would probably never leave my house.
Tomorrow, though,
What do you got tomorrow?
it starts
March
bracketology.
madness. All right.
They
so
release the brackets
Man.
tomorrow. Now I don't know if you guys are as heavy on basketball
Not
as I am.
at all.
usually make a bracket, but I just don't do anything.
Yeah,
with it.
like I'll make a bracket.
I usually enter into some pools on ESPN and among my friends.
Have you ever
Yeah.
won one?
No, I haven't. I'm not
That's
very
fun
good.
though. It's like football betting. It's
Like I said, I'm probably gonna have West Virginia winning it all this year.
Of course.
you bought out their whole bookstore.
Hey, come on.
Kid commits to a college, buys everything they own.
This Nicholas Sweet is going to West Virginia. If no one really understood what we were talking about
yes.
right there. Actually, we're all committed to a college at this point.
Yeah,
There's
we
very
are.
few people in our school that are not.
Yeah, if you're not, you're fucked. Just
I mean,
saying.
you're not.
I mean,
Well,
Joey.
Yeah,
Joey's not committed.
Joey's not committed yet. No.
He's
Our,
waiting for
our friend
RIT.
Joey Galizia. Oh yeah.
No, he's not rating for RIT. I think he's rating for Rochester.
Pretty sure he can go wherever he wants. So
He
he's
got
a
into.
genius.
Yeah, he got
He got
into
into Penn State. He thinks that's where he's going. Jake's waiting on Rochester too, I think.
That's
What's
crazy.
the
No,
about
I think-
Rochester?
Rochester's like a very high end school,
Is it?
but it's like
So you got like all
$70,000
these
a year.
kids like
Oh,
that,
okay.
and then you got me on the lower end, just like, all right, cool, got into college, let's go.
You're going into Kutztown, and I'm going to Edinburgh. Nick's going to West Virginia.
Mhm.
So we're pretty much all kind of absolutely really far away from each
I
other.
already got my bed.
Yeah, you did. You're actually.
I put
housing's done.
my housing application in.
Like the only thing
the
I have
other
to
day,
do now is I just have to go. Like I just have to
Yeah.
physically go to the college.
You're done with everything. You have to schedule classes.
I have
though,
to
don't you?
schedule classes, but we do that in orientation.
Yeah, you do that. Yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
okay.
I'm pretty sure I have to take some type of placement test too, but I don't know. I haven't really heard anything.
I'm sure you
about
will with what you're going for and fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So
Science.
also in March, a couple friends have started up something that I named Baby Madness.
that. Now, before we start this,
This isn't cruel. This is absolutely.
he
This
was
is 100% a joke.
he was for it until like 30 people. The pot is over. What is it? Like $80 now?
All right, let's
Yeah,
explain what it
it's-
is.
All
Explain
right,
what it is
so
first.
Logan Platt, a fellow scholar at our school, pretty good friend, he is having a baby.
Congratulations.
17
Yes,
years
and
old.
the due date is sometime around the end of March and the beginning of April, like fairly soon.
Mm-hmm.
And we decided to bet on the birth date of the child, and it's $5 to put down like a day. And wow, so many people wanted to get into that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Apparently,
it's a lot.
it's like more important than the basketball March
Like
Madness at
we
this
thought
point.
it was just gonna be a couple of our friends, and like it was all cool. He was all like, "All right, yeah, this is cool." And then
we got like upwards of like close to
I'm pretty
12,
sure the
15
pot's
Yeah.
like over $100 now.
Yeah.
And
That's
it's just
pretty
like
insane.
it's just funny to see like that's what people care about at school.
Yeah, and now he gets like really defensive about it. He's like, I'm not really.
Well, I guess it's understandable, but
You kind of
Yeah.
feel bad at this point, but I mean, there's nothing.
well,
really
see, that's
he
the
could do.
thing. A portion of the winning is going to him.
Yeah.
towards,
Really?
Like,
And
baby
also,
supplies.
did they say that
So it's not like-
if it falls
and if
on
no
a
one
day
gets
that no
it,
one
He gets
He
off.
gets
then
all
he
of
gets
it.
all of it.
Yeah, exactly. So he's gonna benefit, but
Yeah, I know, but
pretty Pretty solid idea.
I didn't have the money to actually invest in this at the time, so I'm just kind of the outsider looking in. I can't wait to see how it ends.
Thought it was kind of cruel at first, so I didn't.
Not really cruel. It's just,
Yeah, not really cruel, but just kind of.
I mean, some good's coming out of it.
Unethical,
Anyway.
maybe.
It's kind of like invasion of piracy at a
Piracy.
point. Privacy.
Piracy.
Like Nick, you want me to correct every word you say when you say it wrong?
No, I think it's
Never talk
all
about the
kosher.
podcast. Kosher, yep.
Yep.
But
So going back to the
March
to the
Madness.
history part of this podcast, which is kind of why we started it. Why we kind of went into the channel a little bit, your channel, Mike.
Yep.
And so I was just wondering, like, how did the channel start?
Basically, back probably 2.5 to 3 years ago.
Yeah,
It was like
a while.
the end of 9th grade, like the summer going into 10th grade. Me, Tom, and Twig were completely obsessed with COD,
I remember this time.
and like we wanted to, like, we saw sniper videos and shit on YouTube, and we're like, let's do that. So we started doing that, and then we had all this plan to start up a clan, and we're gonna be all cool and shit. And then
Shut up,
we
faggot.
eventually did, but
You guys didn't do bad. Like
no, it wasn't awful, but
Yeah.
basically we were waiting until I got my laptop because Tom didn't want to like manage it, and Twig didn't really know what he was doing back then. But so I got my laptop that summer at my aunt's house. She bought it for me. And,
shout out Aunt.
Yeah, she's a baller. Shout out Clary Garden, actually. Donate to her charity. Okay. Back on topic.
Back on topic.
I made the channel, and then I was like, wait, why don't I just make my own? Because me and Tom, like, there was a point where me and Tom would go to his house every day after school. We play a round of zombies, and then we look up GWK on YouTube, which means game winning kill, and we just sit there for hours and just watch COD videos.
For the days.
Yeah, they really were. And we would just sit there and we would watch them. So I was like, why don't I do this? So that's actually the first upload on my channel is I got a triple in the game.
I think I remember that.
Speaking of triples,
That's where it
Tom's
started.
failed project triples.
All right,
daily.
we'll get into that in a minute.
I guess we can go off onto a lot
But,
of tangents with this topic, so we'll branch out as we go.
Pretty
but,
much,
keep going.
I just kept uploading like random shit to the channel, and then 10th grade rolls around. About halfway through the year, we got assigned a project, and I was like, why don't we make a video for this? And it turned out that, like, looking back at it now, it was so shitty.
The history one?
Yeah,
That was the best.
the global project, but like everyone loved it so much, and like everyone in our friend group was just kind of like, why don't we do more of that? So basically from that we just kind of kept doing stuff, and then now I just upload whatever the fuck we have.
Yeah, which has been fairly slim, but it's
We haven't
as of late.
We haven't
Unintended.
Yeah,
haven't filmed in a while.
we just need
It's
the
school.
ideas.
School, honestly.
Yeah, it is school, but when we do plan to like go for a day to film, when we get there, we're like, okay, we'll think of some awesome ideas when we get there, and then when
That works probably about 70% of the time.
I don't think it's that. I just think it's like, I feel like we have ideas, and then when we get together, we're just like, we're just gonna sit here. Like, I feel like we just don't have the motivation sometimes to get it done.
Yeah. But back onto Tom's Triples Daily. So Tom wanted to start up another channel, like for COD related content or whatever. And
COD stands for Call of Duty,
yeah.
for all of you guys that didn't know.
And
I know, I just realized that.
it's fine.
I told him I'd help him out with it and make all this stuff, and it just didn't work out at all. And it goes back onto the point of we have
Lack of
zero
motivation.
follow through. Excuse me. Like we go to do something and we don't.
I mean, like, some of our most, like, I want to say good videos are, like, the Champion Steve videos, and that's because when you put Twig in front of a camera, when he
Gold.
is Champion Steve, he can just kill the scene, and he just makes it hilarious, like, no matter what he does, because he's just that type of person. So, when we don't have an exact plan, and then when more of us trying to do stuff like that, like, if I try to get in front of the camera and do a scene like that, or if we just have like an idea, it
That
just
kind of goes off onto like everyone's acting, because like with our group, like we have just a large varying like
pool
I
of
guess-
shit.
I
is
guess
what
you
we
could
got.
say like skill level.
Yeah,
Like
I'm
oh
bad.
my God, yeah.
Adam
like,
Moore is very bad at acting.
and you know it's good to admit that.
It is. You gotta know your flaws, and that is definitely a big flaw of mine.
It takes me about 20 scenes every time I'm
Yep.
one.
Sweet, you're okay. You just you get in front of the
stutter.
camera and then you're like,
You just you go into a small stroke like state.
Okay.
Twig is fairly
No,
good.
pretty much everyone's solid except okay. I can't say it
me
the
and
other
Tom.
way. Basically, we have Marcos.
Is a number one.
He can wow.
He can
Pretty
act.
much Leo at this point.
Yeah.
Impressions, accents.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, it
And,
comes out of nowhere.
Twig, I'd say, is like probably a second, and then maybe like a third with Sweet, and then me and Tom just kind of bringing up the rear. But speaking of you, Nick, did just something happen to you the other day? A little
because
story?
I'm a fat slob,
He's actually not fat, surprisingly.
I like to eat in my bed. That way I don't have to get up. Like, I just bring stuff back.
And that's understandable.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie.
Well, do you guys like Cadbury eggs? Like the sugar
Who
coated
doesn't
ones?
like that shit?
I would
It's the
bathe
best.
in those.
I was eating a bag of them very sloppily, and I guess I dropped them in my bed while I was eating. I didn't notice at this time, so I fell asleep, and during the night, because of body warmth, they all melted.
Potty bowl.
And then, as I slept, I woke up and I was covered in chocolate. Like there was a little, like, my chest was just, everything was chocolate.
You were just caked in shit.
Yeah, no. When you woke up, what did you think happened? Like, what was the first thing that hit your mind when that happened?
I thought I shit myself.
That's
was
exactly where I would go. I was like, oh my god, why does my shit smell so sweet?
And then I was like, then it hit me. It's like, how did I get it on my chest?
Oh, my little brother.
Just thrashing around in there, like, oh my god.
And then I realized when I went
Brother
to take
played
a
a
shower
disgusting prank
that
on
it was
you.
chocolate.
I mean, I guess you kind of got off with the good deal of it, considering it wasn't what you thought it
Yeah,
was.
that would have been.
But that's
Would have been a Nick Twig story right there.
that would have been. Oh, Nick, you guys already
Okay,
told that
another
story.
thing
last
about Nick
ago.
Twig. If you make a puke noise, he will puke.
Tell them what happened like last week.
IHOP.
Okay,
We're going on
yeah.
a- yeah, we're
the
talking about
other
the trip.
the other week we were on a family road trip, and the plan,
family means
plan
all
was
of
to
our
go
friends.
to Chipotle.
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 To Chipotle, Nick.
Okay, so we're going to
You
get
pronounce
food.
that word.
Tomato
Shut
frittata.
up. So we go in there. There's just massive amounts of Sunnis, and we just can't.
Why
get
didn't
in
you
there.
explain what
What's a
is?
Sunni, Mike? Where
doesn't
are we
matter.
in relation to why they're called Sunnis?
Ask John Misner,
Okay, so
Misner.
SUNY stands for State University of New York, right?
It's some
Yep,
bullshit.
and they're
It's something like that. It's for like state schools in New York. Where we went to Chipotle,
There is
Binghamton
a
University.
huge influx of Asian people.
So Mike, instead of calling them Asian, decided to call them Sunnis,
Because they all go to Binghamton.
and that's a SUNY school. So that is where that nickname came
Yes.
Oh yeah, okay.
So-
So we get there, we're trying to get some food. We see that line, and we're like, "That's not happening. There's too many Asians in there." So we turn
from.
around.
There was more than Asians.
It's
There
not
was
just
a lot of
because it was
people.
Asian people. The line was
No.
back to the street. It's not just because they were Asian. So
Yes.
don't think Mike's
we
a
hate
racist.
Asians.
Majority Asian, 80% Asian. So
I'll say it a
after
few more times.
No.
we go to Five Guys, kind of a big line, and then we're like, we get a call because Tom and Twig were gonna wait it out, so they got in line. They were in there for like probably 2 minutes, and they're like, "Yeah, never mind." So they call us all back. They pick us up. We get in the car, and Binghamton has like this one main, like, it's a 2-lane highway on either side.
Yep.
And basically it's like a strip mall of like all your food and your stores and everything like that. So we're driving up there, and the whole time we can't decide if we're gonna go to Moe's Bar and Grill or whatever it's called, or IHOP.
IHOP.
So
I just
I
started
voted
yelling.
for Moe's.
I just started yelling IHOP.
Meanwhile, in the car, everyone's screaming, just like, what do we want? So everyone's just yelling. It's complete madness.
And Tom's the driver, and everybody knows how Tom is with
Nick
things.
Twig decides to roll his window down, and there's some college lady in a red car driving next to us, and he just spit on their car.
Like while we're going about 45 miles.
No, we were at a stop sign.
No, we were moving, but when
we
you
were,
spit.
we were slowing down up to a stoplight, and like he made eye contact with the lady and just spit on her car. It was so fun. Like, it's so disrespectful, like, thinking about it now, but, like, it was hilarious.
Then there was the college guys that almost
And then
killed
there
us.
was some, I think the car behind us saw it, and they started chasing us and, like, honking their horn for, like, a
Hanging
couple
out the
minutes
window,
afterwards.
flipping us off.
Yeah, and they yelled some profanity at us, but of
So long
course we
story
yelled
short,
it back.
We get IHOP. We're on our way home.
After Walmart.
Let's not talk about Walmart.
That's another day, another
Uh,
story.
So after IHOP, we're on the way home, and everyone ate too much.
Everybody.
It was hurting. Cinestack, Finn.
Wow.
Triple chocolate pancakes was an awful choice by me.
So Twig, I think Mark started. We all just started making the
No,
noise.
Tom farted.
That's what it was.
Twig was like, "Oh my god, that smells awful," and I think Twig was actually in the passenger seat, so he was the closest
Yep.
to the radiation that was coming from Tom's butthole. And so Twig goes, "Oh my god, I'm gonna start gagging," and then Mark goes, "What?"
So then the whole car starts doing it.
Just because we know Twig pukes when you do this, and
It's just like it's his stomach. He just can't handle the
He's-
sound of gagging.
he has a very weak body parts. Stomach is one of those body parts, and
So he ends up trying to puke out the window, and partially pukes out the window. The rest of it is like on his shoulder. He just puked right on himself. It was disgusting. But after that, Twig cleaned himself up. Tom, the IHOP's starting to hit Tom, and Tom can't hold his shit anymore.
literally can't hold his
So
shit.
We pull over to the shoulder.
no, we pull over on the side of the road.
He takes a squat on the rail.
No,
on
he's
the guardrail.
he's literally about to shit on the side of the road, and then looks up, and then there's a sign that says "Rest Stop 1 mile." So we're all like, "Just get in the car, just get in the car." So we go to the rest stop. But, on arrival, Tom can't get out of the car immediately because if he stands up, he'll shit himself.
He has to like compose himself.
So he sits there for a few minutes, and then he just sprints in there. And from what I hear, wow, it was a bathroom scene to be remembered.
It was quite the awful thing. But Twig and Marcos actually went outside while he was going to the bathroom and started tossing stuff around. What did you do with the thing in Tom's van? like the good friend you are.
Tom-
umbrella.
Tom's umbrella was sitting in the van. It's probably his grandma's too. It's not even his van. There's an umbrella sitting there. Go, you think he needs this? I open up the window and then I just threw it like into the rest stop had a little park. So Twig went to go. Twig went.
And granted, there's about 3 feet of snow here, and he throws it into the 3 feet of snow that Mark and Twig are throwing the ball in.
They went and got it. So
And Twig isn't very coordinated, so when he went to go get it, actually fell over a few times, which just made his night even worse.
no loss of umbrella.
Yeah.
That's all that really matters here.
That's not.
So
Another recent
what do you got?
kind of hobby of mine that I've taken up is antiquing.
We went that one weekend with
Yes,
a
we
small
did.
group, and it was actually really fun.
I missed out. I wish I had fun.
For some reason, I just like looking at old things. Like,
Choose your words.
I know.
Choose your words.
Like-
Fag statement of the podcast.
no, like
Okay.
when we go antiquing, there's like all that.
It's
Like, there's
interesting.
There's a sword last time I went. I almost bought a
was really
sword. And just like there's a lot of cool stuff that have history, and I like kind of just looking at it and like, wow, like
That's pretty cool.
JFK used that razor. Like, I don't know.
I don't think you'd find that.
But
I don't
yeah,
know.
that was pretty fun to go. But
During this, I've made like a cup collection, kind of, which I have ranging from my wooden tankard that I bought for way too much money at the Renaissance Fair. Shouldn't have spent that much money on a wooden cup.
That place was so expensive.
It was expensive though. I have a wooden tankard. I have like a pewter goblet. I have all these cool things that I've cups that I've bought from.
yeah, that's pretty cool.
Judge me.
No one said anything.
I know.
Nick, no one is judging you for that. Speaking on things Nick buys, Nick, what's your obsession with Amazon? And I'm just gonna go over some of the things that you bought in the past, like your was it your quill pen or whatever it was?
Fountain pen.
Your fountain pen.
Every teenager needs a fountain
How
pen.
many times have you used that in the
I've
past
used
year?
it like not the past
What?
year.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I can count them on one hand.
That's okay. What else have you bought from Amazon, Nick? Tell me.
My ukulele was a solid purchase.
Your ukulele
It was-
wasn't bad.
yeah,
I mean,
because-
how often do you use it now? Like, how many times have you used it in the last month?
I just like sit and strum it because anything you strum on a ukulele just sounds good. Somewhat.
That is honestly very, very
Like I
true.
just sit here and just go like this. Sounds good.
It does. I don't get it. Ukulele is just an instrument that doesn't need a lot of
You don't
Huge
tune it, right? That's why I bought a tuner.
Speaking of music, how is the alleged mixtape coming?
Oh,
'Cause
Slim Morsey,
everyone-
Johnny Tunes.
everyone
has
knows
featured
about it.
Church.
We're actually talking about this. You want me just okay? Well, me and two of my friends, John Northrup and Mike Rogers.
Johnny Tunes, aka.
We recently picked up the hobby of we like to make music. I mean, I guess that's the only way we can really say it without sounding stupid.
You're good.
And I don't know.
That fire.
We've been thanks Nick. And I don't know. Me and my friend Mike Rogers, we rap because we have no singing ability whatsoever. And John Northrup is like
Best singer in the state.
Best singer in the state. That's a real title that he has.
Well, he's not a rapper.
But he's not a rapper. So John has like this studio that he can record with, and we started going there and just kind of playing around with it, trying to make our own music. And our friend group caught wind of it and started calling it the mixtape because that's what they think we're making. But we just kind of make songs. Like we've made one song, and I mean I've showed it throughout the friend group.
I've heard it. It's really not bad at all.
It's really not bad. Yeah, I mean it could be better, but
It's not.
it was the first thing we've ever done.
I mean, out of the songs
really
that come
not
out of the Valley, it's probably up there.
Yeah.
Because the Valley is known for like people making music all of a sudden. Like you just check SoundCloud and like, oh,
like 5 dots from the valley. Like yeah.
True.
But right now we're working on our second song called Jackie Chan, and it's gonna be pretty good. Nick, you've actually heard?
I've heard a
you've
sneak
heard
peek and it was actually pretty good.
Yeah, so
Like, I haven't heard the first one to compare, but I mean, like,
You ever
when
heard the
think
first
about- No,
the finished first song.
no, I
I'll
haven't
show
heard
you
the
after this
unfinished
one.
first.
I'll actually show you after this. But yeah, that's just kind of what we do, and it's not really something that we like to go like throw around right now because, like I said, it's like kind of in the infancy stages. So we're actually gonna end up making a YouTube for it, and probably end up putting stuff out there. But right now, we're not very happy with everything that we've been making, so we want to like really just perfect it and get it to what we want to do. So, but yeah, that's pretty much what we've been doing with that. That's where the whole quote unquote mixtape thing is. But I'm just glad to kind of have some support from most of my friends, and then for the friends that like to make fun of it, more power to them because they can do what they want. Nick,
Not just me. Okay.
not just me.
Since it's not happening anymore, we sat on Xbox one day and just made a rap making fun of your raps. Like
that's completely fine because you really just have to be ready to just take ridicule in anything you do. So I'm fine with what you guys say about it because the roast the one day, like come on, Twig roasted me one day and he added that. He added a part of that in there, and you have a right to make fun of it, and I'm not gonna harsh on you for it. So
it's not the worst thing we picked on you for.
That's true.
It's all good.
I don't know. You guys have murdered me in the past with stuff, but yeah, that's the mixtape and the quote unquote mixtape. So yeah.
What movies you guys looking forward to seeing?
I want to see Jurassic World so bad.
Mission Impossible 5.
I'm gonna talk about mine. I'm gonna let you finish. Right now, we're gonna talk about
Tom Cruise. Your turn.
All right, Jurassic World. I don't know what they got. Some like DNA combo dino going on. I think it's gonna be
That's
like.
how they did it with the first one, though.
No, but this is like a dinosaur mixed with a seagull mixed with like a rodent. I don't know.
That's like insane.
Yeah, but
Hybridization.
Yeah,
I found
hybridization.
the first
absolutely.
couple Jurassic Parks to be a little dry.
First
I
one
mean, they're
good,
good movies.
second one dry, third one
but
even more dry.
It's just like I feel like it's kind of redundant.
My favorite goes second, third, first.
You like the second one the best?
I do. I don't know why. I also like the third one second best. So I don't know. But I'm hoping this isn't going to be like too scientifically like involved. Like with
Hopefully it's not like the Godzilla remake.
Chris Pratt's in it, so it's got to be good.
That's true, Chris Pasca, but yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. Nick, what do you, Mission Impossible?
Yeah, I don't know anything about it. There's not really a lot out about
You
it.
haven't watched
Star
it?
Wars is going to be good. I've watched all the other Mission
I
Impossible.
am taking the day off from school to watch Star Wars.
Really?
And I'm gonna watch it twice. Yes.
I might. Nah, I probably won't actually because I don't.
My
have
school has a
any days.
theater in its student union, so
Oh,
I'd be pretty
what-
set
I
up with that.
think it's actually coming out during the summer. I don't think it's even gonna be during. Actually, it
said
might be during a couple.
2006. Did they move it back to 16, or is it still at the end of this year?
I'm pretty sure it's still this year, isn't it?
Is it?
I'll look it up right now.
What, Star Wars?
Yeah, the new Star
I'm
Wars.
fairly certain it's this year.
I'm thinking Star
Speaking
Wars.
of which, it almost didn't happen because our boy Harrison Ford almost died in a plane crash the other day.
Yeah. Yep.
He really didn't die, but
I'm pretty sure it's all post production right now, though. I'm pretty sure they're
Yeah.
done with the.
I mean, it still probably would have set back
Majority of it.
Star Wars if Han Solo died.
Well, true. Well, think about it like the
Solo
Fast
would
and
be
Furious movies. After Paul died or whatever, like it was all in post production, so they still
Yeah,
made
that's
it.
true.
You know.
But
Speaking, Fast Furious 7 is gonna be pretty good.
Yeah,
too.
not gonna lie, I'm sick of those movies.
Yeah,
I
I
just
mean,
think
after 8.
It's kind of weird to watch them because as you watch them, Fast and Furious, the original,
That was a good movie.
it was about racing. It was about street racing
Yeah,
and
now
illegal
it's about
activities.
like having sex with Latinos.
Now it's about
and
I'm gonna
stealing cars.
jump my Ford Mustang GT from one skyscraper to another while someone's shooting grenades at me and exploding behind me.
I don't know, the plot line kind of.
It's just become like so exaggerated at this point that it's just hard to get into the movie.
When they're dragging a safe down a highway, two Mustangs, in, Fast 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what's the? Can you tell me the? Like, I've seen all the Star Wars. Where does this next one pick up off? I know, like.
So
the
from
very
what
end.
I understand, this is later. This is like I guess it's gonna deal. I really haven't done a lot of research on it, but I guess it's gonna have to deal with Han Solo and Leia's kids, because
Okay.
apparently I read something that their kids become like Jedi, and one goes bad, one goes good, so that ends up
That'd be
being them.
so cool.
There's a villain though that they spoofed that I did see, that not spoofed but leaked, and it's he has a lightsaber, and then out of the side of it, two mini ones come
I
out.
saw that. What are you gonna do with
So
that?
it's like a broadsword lightsaber.
How are you gonna
it's
attack
like
with
the
that? I wanna
cross.
see it.
Yeah, no.
I've seen that.
I actually read a thing on that. It's supposed to be like all the lightsabers are like that. Like they're actually like
Oh, all of them are?
like they're just trying to give it a new look. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty cool.
I was hoping like that'd be like a specialized one.
And there's black stormtroopers.
It makes
Just throwing that in there.
Yeah.
What,
See,
do you
that's
mean like? Do you
one of
mean
the
like
things I was
ethnically black? Or
Yes,
Yeah.
like ethnically black.
Okay, I didn't know if like the
Because
suits
you never
came
saw the
black now.
stormtroopers because they always had their helmets on,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
they showed a
They were all
helmet.
clones.
That is true. No,
That
not
was
all
the
of them
clone
were.
troopers. Not
Those were clones.
Yep, you're right. My fault. I'm mixing in movies now.
Yeah.
But I think what we could probably just end this podcast with is a movie, video ideas. Because I don't know, when we get together, we kind of think of them, but we would just.
I definitely want to make another day in the life of Steve. Yesterday, or not yesterday, a couple days ago was actually the year anniversary of that video.
It
It's
is.
kinda crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, and they're always popular. Like even people that don't, a health teacher loves them.
Yeah. See, the thing is though, like that's like where the shitty ratings come in though. Like that's been out for a year. It's still like under 1,000 views.
But like we're not.
You'll see that it's like
We're just doing it for the people that do watch
Yeah,
our stuff
exactly.
because we just want to make the people laugh. Like we don't care how many people watch it. If you watch it and smile and laugh, that's what we want. Because we're not
Yeah,
looking to get a
kinda-
million views.
kind of over that.
Yeah, like
This is my initial goal, but now it's
yeah.
like
Let's
that's
just make
not-
funny stuff, and then if you watch it and laugh, more power to you. Because that's what we want. We're just here to
Yeah,
make
exactly.
the world happy, I guess.
Yeah, so that's pretty much all we have.
For today.
Yeah, so until next time, America.
I fucking hate you. Okay.